Welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast, presented to you by Devil's Foot Beverage and One World Brewing. Today is Thursday, February 20th, and today's guest we have Sean, Mason, Manus, Gigi, and Troy.
Well, I heard old Leopard coming from a mile and a half away. I stepped out on the street there, and here's what I had to say. I said, hey now, slow that old thing down. This city ain't your highway, and you're tearing up my town. Now, Leopard, racing for the sun. Got a 502 with a North Bell, he's letting the ponies run.
Good morning, fools. Today is Thursday, February 20th. It's the All Jammed Up podcast, and I am your host, Clint Dotson. I hope you all have had a great week so far. Today is the 10th episode of the All Jammed Up podcast, and I know that might not seem like a lot to you guys, but to me, someone who doesn't really stick with things a lot, and I really feel like I'm getting some momentum going. I'm really stoked about it being the 10th episode. So to everyone who listens, follows me on Instagram, watches on YouTube, whatever it is, I really, really appreciate you taking, a couple hours out of your week to listen to the podcast. And if you could please, like on Spotify, follow on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, tell your friends about it. All of that would really be appreciated. The more support I get, the more people I can bring to the podcast, the better guests I can get, and the better that it will be itself. So I just wanted to go on that little tangent. I'm just really grateful for the friends that I've made and the people that are following it. So again, just real quick, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Today's podcast, though, we have a funny story. So there was a guy named Sean, and some of you guys may have seen him. He played on lot with Billy Strings New Year's this past year. So when I first started making the podcast, I was like, yo, man, when are you coming to Asheville for the February run? I think it would be cool to have you on, kind of talk about your experience playing with Billy Strings. And then he was like, yeah, I'm coming down for Asheville. That would be fun. Let's do that. So I hit him up, and then we followed each other on Instagram, kind of talked a few times here and there, and found out that he was in a bluegrass band in Central Florida, and I was living down there last year and a few years before, and found out that we kind of ran in some of the similar circles and went to a lot of the same venues. So I got really excited for the interview. And then on interview day, he shows up at my house with 4 other people. And I was kind of like, oh, wasn't really expecting this. But we had a great time. Some of the guys that we interview, it starts with Sean, but it turns into kind of everybody. And some of the guys, Troy, Manus, and Mason, all ended up doing street interviews on Friday for the Lot podcast that came out Monday. So it was a really fun interview. It started, some of you guys may have seen on Instagram Live too, but we kind of were drinking some beers and playing some music, and we ended up hanging for like an hour and a half after the interview. So it was a really fun time. We talk about a lot of different stuff, his music, and then we talk about the perception society has on people that are kind of just doing what these guys are doing and going on tour with bands and just figuring out as they go. So I had a really fun experience with this interview, and I'm glad Sean brought all those people over because I consider those people my friends now. So enough rambling from me. I hope you guys enjoy this interview with Sean, Mason, Manus, Gigi, and Troy.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
How is it going, everybody? We are here with Sean and his gang. Mm-hmm. We got a whole bunch of people in here today.
We got Sean. We got
Manus, Mason, and
Gigi.
and if you can hear Troy's over there off in the
Say
corner,
what's up, Troy.
per usual.
Might be able to pick you up there. So we have Sean here today. I don't know if you guys know him, but I found him on Instagram. He played on lot with Billy Strings. So that's how you kind of popped up on my algorithm. And then we found out that we actually kind of were in a lot of the same circles in St. Pete. But before we go into all that, I do want to show the video up here, and then we can talk about that first. All right, and we're back. So kind of walk us through this, Sean.
Well, that's my homie Vance. He's quite the homie. He's always been trying to jam with Billy. As you can see, that's going down. One back there. I start off pretty all right, and then I black out right here. I can't remember anything. A lot of fun though, man.
I bet that was fun. What was that experience like, man? Just having Billy come out there and you get to pick with him.
Well, the fact that, like, it's his lot, it's his scene. So the fact that we were one of the first people that he saw when he walked out was really cool. Like, he should be greeted by the people that love him the most, I think.
Yeah, hell yeah. So how many times have you seen him?
50-something.
50-something. You went all 3 nights this past weekend, right? Nice. And you're going all 3 nights upcoming?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any songs that you want that you didn't get yet? This past weekend?
That Meet Me at the Creek is going to be a motherfucker, let me tell you. And Swananoa Tunnel. And that's it, really. I mean, anything else is just a... Rainbow Trust. Nice. Yeah.
You guys got a Leadfoot. I was pissed. I really wanted one of those.
The night of the Leadfoot before the show.
It was like beginning of second set too, right?
Right after everyone came back off the smoking porch. And we discussed earlier that day, like, man, Leadfoot is such a burner, and, like, maybe we can kind of get physical with it, like mosh a little bit.
He definitely can, I feel like.
We did. For a solid 2 minutes, and people started getting kind of pissed at us, so we stopped.
Yeah, it lasted like 5 seconds. But the dancing we do at Billy's so cool. So,
yeah, we can't disrespect that.
Yeah, I feel, I went and saw him in, like I said, New Orleans. And on the last night he did My Alice into Leadfoot, I think. And like the My Alice, me and my girlfriend were like kind of rocking with each other. And then Leadfoot came and I was like at the top of the stairs. And I was like, fuck it. And I just like sprinted down the thing and started dancing, doing the same shit. So you said Meet Me at the Creek, we're definitely going to get that one of the days.
It's going to be something.
He did a Highway Hypnosis already, right?
Yeah, that was like absolutely...
The Psycho Pyramid Country deal, whatever he did, very good, very nice.
Psycho is probably my favorite cover that he does. I love that song.
Yeah, it was really...
So you're in a band too, right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Red Poinciana.
Poinciana. I was always trying to figure out how to pronounce that
It's
word.
It's actually a treat from down where we live in Florida.
Okay, why is this? There's a bubble on the camera right now. That was weird. So yeah, you're from Central Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. Where exactly?
Melbourne, Florida, near Cocoa Beach.
Melbourne, Florida. Okay,
so
Space
Coast.
Space Coast. Shouts out Space Coast.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of talking about it before, but I was in Tampa for 2 years. No, I was in Tampa for 4 years, and then St. Pete for like a year and a half, lived in Gulfport, and then just moved up here. Know those guys, Alan and Spirit. Do you play at the Terrapin Grove place quite a bit?
Yeah, that was the first time we ever really played it with them cats, Mason's Children. They're definitely the best dead cover band you can
What's
find
the
right
band
now.
called?
Mason's Children. It's just like if you were to actually go to an acid test from back in the
Yeah.
late 60s. It's pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got like the pig
They
pen
got
soul.
it down.
Yeah. So the Terrapin Grove place, did you meet Alan and Spirit?
Yeah, those guys are great guys.
Did you get any lectures about vegetables from Alan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, mostly fruit, not so much vegetables.
Have you heard of the venue Skippers in Tampa, Skipper Smokehouse?
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I met him, there's a band, Uncle John's band. I'm sure you know them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they played like every Thursday from like 8 to 12 at Skippers. So we'd always go and watch them. And this dude, Alan, I'm like walking to the bathroom and he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there like picking these berries. And I'm like, kind of walk by him, just like give him a nod. And he's like, you ever seen these berries? I used to grow these in 1961. He just like knows everything about it. And it was like 10 minutes later, and I was like, all right, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom.
4 songs later, like, man, I gotta piss, and we're listening to music here.
I asked him one time too. I was like, so like, did you follow the Dead a lot when you were younger? And he's like, no, never seen him. Hadn't really heard of him until like 2 years ago. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he's never
Not at
seen
all.
that other guy. The guy that calls himself Spirit. That guy's quite a character.
But I gotta tell us. Man.
Yeah.
We broke his sound ordinance rules a solid 7 times, and he about fucking.
He's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I love him, but like once he gets into that mode,
He like
it's
freaked
hard
out.
to get him out of it.
The first time they did the Terrapin Grove thing, there was it was like me and a couple of my buddies, and then these like 2 older women that were like all hanging out with him, and she was saying that like she books shows, so she was like, I can help you book people here, but you just have to like do this, this, and this, so it like complies with my agency. And he was like, I'm not doing anything you fucking say to me, lady. Just like screaming at her. It's like 2 a.m. And everyone's like, yo, calm down. He's like, she can't come to my property. And we're like, this isn't your property. It's Alan's like house. And he was just like, well, I set everything up here. So I always thought he was a strange guy, but.
Well, yeah, we didn't catch that. I went to a couple shows out there. Like, there's these dudes called the Joint Chiefs. They're pretty good. And I went to some shows out there. I noticed he was kind of, on it. Like, he runs a tight ship. I understand what's going on, but definitely can come across a little harsh sometimes.
Do you know those?
He's got the love in his heart. It's just like,
yeah.
Like, we're, naturally all tripping acid really hard at like 5 a.m. And we asked repeatedly to have a campfire by our vans, not next to that house, where the designated campfire area is. Yeah. He comes out at 5 a.m. Y'all fucking making too much noise. I'm like, brother, we asked to not be here, sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting cat for sure.
Terrapin Grove is the shit. I'd like to go back there.
It is a super sick location too. Like if they do it right, they could really make that place sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Just gotta not be so worried about what others think.
Well,
Yeah.
they just gotta get their proper things in order to where they don't have to worry. Like if they have all the proper like licensing and shit like that,
Yeah.
then they won't have anything to worry about. But really,
I don't think they're gonna do all that though. It's a good idea, but I don't think anybody's gonna do that.
for sure.
So we were supposed to do this interview on Saturday morning, but then I don't know if we can talk about this on the podcast, but you said things got a little psychedelic Friday night. Can we get into that a little bit?
Yeah, we can. Well, all right. Yeah. Let's preface this with, we all love LSD. And the night after the first show, no, the night after the second show. The second show was like not as ripping as night one. So afterwards, we had the energy to kind of hang out and stay up all night. So we did that, and then went to this lovely little place called the 5 Points Cafe, right next to where we were sleeping. And
The 5 Points Cafe.
Yeah.
What is that?
it's a little badass diner right next to the Harris Center, and yeah, Mason and I strolled in there after sniffing keys all night, and we just like a metric ton of biscuits and gravy, and probably scared all the locals at the same time.
They're used to it.
Yeah, we were all camped out at this lot, and they were being real chill with us, and we just had really good times. Like, stayed up all night after every show, and then we had cleaned up all the trash and everything. Yeah, we slept like all day and like woke up at night like on the show. So
yeah.
get a miracle and then go back out.
I literally woke up. I was like, I'm not even going into the show.
I had to shake Mason awake to get in there.
I know, and I messaged you. I think our plan was like 10 or 10:30 on Saturday. And and then 9. I think I messaged you at like 9 or 9:30, and I was like, he has not read it. He is not going to be coming
I'm
here. I was
really
like,
sorry
no
about that,
chance.
Clint.
No worries. I just made you wait 15 minutes to talk to my boss, so call it even.
Yeah.
So how long have you lived in Florida for?
My whole life.
Your whole life? Always on the
Yeah,
East
East
Coast?
Coast, Space Coast.
Gotcha. Do you got any crazy Florida man stories you want to share?
Well, me and my buddies used to go out and like shoot guns all the time, pick mushrooms. That's just a fun thing to do in Florida. And then we'd like catch alligators while doing so. It's fun. That shit's fun.
We get some, like, at some of the bars that we play at, we do get some pretty interesting characters coming through. Like,
Yeah.
there's this place that we play called the Tin Whiskey. And mid-show, like, it wasn't him, a different mandolin player playing with us. And this dude just straight tweaked out of his mind. They have, like, these one-way curtains. So, like, he could see us, but we couldn't see him. And he just starts, like, tweaking out. He's like, oh, he got the mandolin. He got the mandolin. Ooh, play that shit, son. Play it. Like, he just starts...
What are they, one-way curtains?
Like one of those blacked out curtains.
But he can see you guys, but you can't see him.
It was like one of those screens like on the outside of a windscreen for a restaurant.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Those blacked out ones.
It was inside, you could see in, but it was putting a weird glare on it for us to be able to see out.
Gotcha.
So another like Florida man, like the stories have repeated themselves so many times. It's just like a trope at this point, the Florida man stories. It's really common for, like, when I was a teenager, everyone would just, like, take a handful of Xanax and either wake up in jail or wake up
I think that's
in a
just
random
like
bed.
17-year-olds, not like
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
That's pretty like all over the board.
So,
I'm
yeah.
from Virginia.
Just like the young aggression was
I
big.
never got
just
into
just
the
big in
Xanax.
my life, and then like finding this music was definitely a lifesaver.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a little bit. Like, if you don't mind kind of getting a little deeper, like if you were doing a lot of Xanax kind of in a darker spot and then you found this music and that
Well,
kind
I
of...
was in a circle of friends that were doing the Xanax mostly. I was just fucking doing bad shit, like
Mhm. And how old were you when that was...
honest things, like middle school.
Okay.
And
You were doing Xans in middle school?
yeah, there were kids in my there were kids in my elementary school, and in Sherwood Elementary School in Melbourne, Florida. My buddy would shoot up heroin and meth
In middle
before school. No, in elementary, 5th and 6th grade.
Jeez.
Like looking back on that, it was pretty hard.
Are they
Pretty
doing all right
gnarly.
now?
Yeah, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah?
They got their fuck ups out of the way, and
So when did you get into this kind of like this scene?
probably 2019. I started listening to actual like Dead, other than
Yeah.
like the Dead you hear on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to my first show in 2020.
What was that first
21.
show?
The Eastern in Atlanta. It was a 4-night run. It was pretty badass.
Who was playing?
My first show was not Billy, but my first Billy show was the Eastern in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. The venue was called the Eastern. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't. My first Billy show, I saw him in like the Outlaw Festival thing. That was the first thing I saw him in. And I remember like Charlie Crockett went before him, and I liked Charlie Crockett, but I was like, I knew Billy was coming up next, and I was like, if you guys don't get this fucking guy off the stage, just bring out Billy Strings. I've had enough of these.
Biting your nails.
Yeah, seriously. And then like Billy Strings played this like crazy good show. He only played like his bangers. Only had like an hour. And then out comes that Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats guy, and I was like, you just gave me an hour of Billy and this fucking loser afterwards. I was pissed.
We have
This Buckeye Superfest, and it was like Zach Bryan, Billy Strings, and Charlie Crockett. And then Billy Strings came out and just kind of just like melted people's faces. Like, we were the only kids out there just jumping around. And we left before Zach Bryan because like there's just a bunch of like teenage girls and like a bunch of like cowboy, like I want to be a cowboy type people, you know.
Those like when they try to like fit him into those festivals, it's like you're not doing my man justice. Like
Yeah, and he kind of like let off a little bit, just kind of like give them space. But he's kind of got to do that sometimes. Like the Sam Grisman show, he was wearing his hood and he was like, "It's not about me." And then our buddy Finn, like he's up in the stands and he's got no filter and he's just like, "Billy motherfucking Strings!" And then Peter Rowan's up there, like everybody's up there, and it's just like, damn, like
Billy's not even up there.
Billy's like,
up there for an hour.
God damn it. And that's when I met Royal. It was a lot of fun.
I do think that like it's got to be interesting for him because I feel like the Billy Strings fans are like super intense, like almost like cultish to a certain extent at times.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Like I get animalistic, like in the dance circles. Like I was doing karate and shit. Like,
Talk a little closer to it.
He came out and what was that thing that one dude said?
Some guy came out at the smoking section. Some dude comes out of the smoking section, and he's all spun on mushrooms, and he looks me dead in the face, and he's like, "Man, it's like going through a kung fu class in there." And kicking and cutting and chopping, man.
Yeah, it was like literally we were doing karate moves, like but not touching each other. Some other dude said he was like,
It's like a mosh pit, but no one touches each other.
"Yeah, it's exactly."
That's like the best mosh pit that I want to be in.
Yeah.
Funny story about mosh pit. So me and my buddy, we went to see Turnstile play with somebody else.
I used to be in a hardcore band.
Okay, and we lived in Tampa at this time still, and you could take the ferry over to St. Pete, and you come out like right by Janice Live, you know what I'm talking about? And we were like, let's eat acid and then go to the Turnstile concert. And I was like, great idea. And then like, so we take the acid like 4 hours before, so we're like, by the time we get there, it'll probably be pretty much worn off. That was not the case. We were still like pretty high during it. And then the show starts and like everyone starts moshing, and he's like, dude, we got to go in the mosh pit. And I was like, right now? And he was like, we got to do it. And I was like, all right, whatever. So like I was like, let's go to the bar and do a shot first, because like I'm not going this dead sober. So I got, or not dead sober, I guess, but it's not on acid. So we get like 2 Jaeger bombs and just like rip them, and then we go into the mosh pit and like start moshing, and like the song ends, and I'm looking all over for him, and he's just sitting on the outside of the pit with his hands on his hips, and he's just like breathing really heavy. And I'm like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I got hit. I don't know why." He's like, "We're almost 30 years old. Why'd we do that?" And he's like, "I have to go to work now on Monday." Like, "What happened?" It's like, "I got in a mosh pit on acid at the Turnstile show." That was probably the last time I'd been. Probably the last time I will go in a mosh pit.
And public announcement: if you want to do slow motion kung fu in the back left corner of Billy's string shows, come hang out. And
It's just a bunch of guys on ketamine, just like.
we can give you a little bit of. We can give you a little healthy little squirt.
A healthy little squirt. And if you want to do fast motion kung fu, just go a couple feet to the left. Just watch out.
We got all the motion.
So I want to go like back to when you were kind of saying you got into the music. Like, you obviously have a great group of friends now. Did you meet these guys like before, after getting into the scene, or how did that kind of look like for you,
Honestly,
like navigating new friends?
This music, everyone in this room I met through this music. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's half of the fun,
yeah.
if not more than half.
I would agree with that 100%. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw me this past Saturday. I just posted up on Lot and was just interviewing random people. Yeah, I was just interviewing random people, and it was like just people that were like, some were in the scene, some were not in the scene, but they were like, I was just walking by, and like, it's just cool to see like this many people like having fun and like being friends with each other. And I think that just like those kind of speak like it really is like the most like welcoming, fun community. Even if you don't like the music, you're an idiot, but if you don't like the music, like whatever, such is life.
A lot of the community, like it stems, a lot of the people came from like the dead community, you know,
Mhm.
like just that jam band thing to do. It's where a lot of people who
Speak a little closer to
who
it.
just like need, like, I mean, they're looking for something, you know, they're like, and a lot of friends come together and stuff, and it's in the name of music, it's in the name of something that puts love first and community and sharing, you know, as like humans, like what makes us humans is sharing. And a lot of the kids, they come to this community, they have no money at all, and like they just come together, they share with each other, and they share knowledge and everything. You know, we sell beer, we like, you know, we jam a lot on lot and stuff, and it gives us like, it's something really big that I'm in love with all of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, we're all like in love with each other.
We inspire
We're a family. It's Grateful Dead family.
Yeah.
And, like it's something bigger than, you know, what we were born into expect. We were expected to just, you know, go into jobs and like in little boxes and stuff like that. But this is just something bigger, you know, and it's given me and all these boys, like all these boys and girls, some like something to belong to, some sense of purpose.
Yeah.
I'm finding these cool jammers and stuff like that. I'm learning how to play music and just be a good person, everybody. And it's just,
Hell yeah,
you know,
man.
a lot of people find, yeah, it's just a beautiful place to be.
You can just
Beautiful
show
community.
up by yourself, be yourself, and find a gang of people to hang out with, man. It's a really friendly, sharing scene.
For sure, 100%. And I kind of touched on it a little bit in the Lot interview. One of the girls I interviewed was like, "Let me interview you for a second." I was like, "All right." And you guys kind of just saw it too. But I'm in like a sales job that I don't like, and I'm not. Are all you guys good at music? Seems like all you guys are kind of jamming. Yeah, so I'm terrible. I'm terrible at music. I can't do anything. And I was like, I'm not really an artist. So I was like, what can I do to like get involved a little bit in the community? And like, had I not done this podcast, like I'm sure at some point we probably would have met on Lot, just like in passing, but like we'd never sit down and like have like a meaningful conversation, I feel like, and really get to know all you guys, because I thought it was just going to be Sean, but all you guys.
We could have pulled up with like a team of like 30 hippies coming in, you know, like.
Hey, I would have been all for it, man.
Yeah, I just felt so good.
I mean, you guys saw it like.
Everyone's like, we take a shower.
That's pretty good for me.
So are you guys all from Florida? Everybody here from Florida?
I'm from Ohio.
Okay.
I'm from New York.
I'm from Florida as well. Me and him are pretty close.
I'm originally from the Pennsylvania, Philly area, but I live in Florida now.
Gotcha. So you guys live Ohio, New York now?
I live on the road. I mean, I live on the road.
Okay, so are you just, is there like certain band, I guess give her the mic for this one. We're going to ask her some questions. So you're just on the road all the time. Like, what does that look like? Are you just going to shows? Are you, like, what do you do for work? How do you make money?
Right now, well, I just sell beer online. Like, I was working. I wasn't on the road like a couple of months ago. I was waitressing. So I kind of just like save up all my money and then like
Okay.
go on the road and then
Nice. How long have you been doing that for? Just kind of like saving and going?
Like 2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
Do you have like a specific place of travel or like a specific time when you were traveling that sticks out to you as like the best?
It's always good.
Yeah.
It's always the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just keeps getting better. I just keep meeting more people that I love. And
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. That's.
The longer you're on the road, the less you want to go home.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah. I just graduated college too, so I was kind of doing that.
Okay. What did you major in college?
Like philosophy and chemistry.
Okay. So like eventually do you have plans of like going back and working a 9 to 5 or you kind of just like fuck that?
Yeah, no.
Good for you.
Yeah. I think I'm on the road to figure out what I want to do.
There's lots of opportunity.
Philosophizing.
She works 4 to 7 selling beer.
Yeah. 4 to 7. Yeah, and then you gotta get in the show.
Well, yeah, I mean.
You can be on Encore and go catch Blowout.
Yeah.
That's when the big money happens.
Make real money.
Yeah, blowout's good. Sometimes people just give you money too, like.
Really?
Yeah.
I had some guy give me $25 after the show. He just saw my Venmo in the back of my van and was like sending it as I was walking up to the van. He sent me $25.
He's like, I don't even need to sell beer today. I'm gonna drink beer today. Fuck it.
Yeah, he was having a good night, dude. We all love LSD. We love LSD.
LSD and all of our friends.
So what was your name again, man? Manus. Are you going back to Ohio or are you traveling full time too?
Well, yeah, the situation I'm in right now is I hit a historical vehicle and my insurance dropped me, so I have to. My dad was a.
Can we hear that story?
I love my dad. And he's super awesome, and he paid off my car. But yeah, I was in Colorado going to Red Rock shows, and I backed up. I looked behind me. There's nothing there. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll back up. Didn't look at my backup camera, and I just boom. Some old lady hops out of this It was a '69 Jaguar E-Type, and it was so low to the ground that when I looked back, I couldn't see it, and I didn't look at my backup camera. And they're like some old people. This dude's like a veteran, and he's like, fucking shit, dude, god damn it. This lady's like, and then like after a little bit, like I barely damaged it, but like it's an old car, and it's an old foreign car. Like that's expensive. My insurance went ahead and dropped me.
What insurance do you have?
I don't even remember, dude, but...
The general?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Name drop them when you find out.
I was about to say, yeah, this is an anti-whatever insurance.
Yeah, frig whoever that was. And so yeah, and I had to make up a few $1,000s to pay off my car so that I can get liability insurance. And I went ahead and got insurance, and I went ahead and... my dad was a freaking top G and paid off my car. And now I have to work and pay him off before I go and stuff because I've recently had a tendency of not making enough money while on the road, which I know how to not slip up and be lazy, but I just I don't know. But I'm ready.
Sometimes you just want to hang out.
Yeah,
I feel you.
And it's so good because everybody's coming together and having these jams and stuff. We could have been jamming up there where the people were and getting money and stuff, but we were jamming together on lot, and new people coming through. It's like you're not focused on just sounding the best. Everybody's just doing it good, and we were really freaking good. We were getting up there.
We try not to make everything. It's not about money. It's kind of just
money
comes. It'll just come to us.
Yeah, that's what's Yeah, it's once you start merchandising the music. I mean, sometimes it gets to people. I mean, I know that wherever we will go, we'll do our best job not to merchandise our music too much to where it gets to where we're selling our souls.
Yeah.
Because that's how
Can you
sell
talk a
your
little
soul.
closer to it?
Yeah, because that's how you sell your souls. Because when you turn your soul passionate, you're doing by yourself in your room, playing guitar yourself, and then you turn it into money. And if the money part of it overtakes it, and you lose your dreams and stuff like that, then that's how you sell your soul. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm so kind of going off both of what you guys said. I did the college route, and I got a job right after college, and then had some success in it, and now I feel like I'm kind of stuck in it, and it's how you guys just saw I enter that club and fucking worst 15 minutes of my day today talking to my boss, and I just am so desperate to get out of it, but the fear of not having that security blanket of your job is just what the fuck,
Mm-hmm.
So
it's scary not following the thing.
Yeah,
the path that you're supposed to be.
I think people see like see like you and they're like, oh, she just is in her car like traveling full time. Like, what is she doing? But like they don't know that you have your own college degree and like you made the choice to go do this, and like your experiences are more fun than me going to work 5 days a week. I'm sure. Like I have to drive to Charlotte tomorrow for 2 meetings that I don't care about at all.
And if I've figured out if you can do all that stuff for other people your whole life, if you really wanted to, if you really thought about it, you got everything you need for yourself. You can.
That's exactly like so.
Trust the process.
I'm a sales guy, so I'm like making these companies money by just setting meetings and talking to people. That's all my job is. And I was like, why can't I set meetings like this and talk to people? And maybe like some way there's a way to make, will my money be as much as I'm making now? Maybe not, but at least every day. Huh?
Can't you do that while traveling?
Well, no, because I have a territory. So like my territory is like Asheville, Charlotte, Greenville. But like I could do this traveling of like someone was like, hey, we'll pay you this much money to keep making that, and like you can monetize the ads. Then like I'm already doing the same thing I was doing, but in an industry that I care about, and like I care about these conversations way more than, hey, we can get that part for you. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like commend what you guys like, just kind of saying fuck it and go. Like I wish I had that, but who knows? Maybe it will come.
Yeah, you gotta find your own way.
Yeah.
It's harder for me to sit down and continuously go to a 9 to 5. It's harder for me to sit down and like continuously go to a 9 to 5 every day than it is to like wake up and be like, all right, what am I gonna do to get money so that way I can survive for the rest of this day or rest of this week? Like it's so much easier to just get up and do for me than to be like, man, I gotta wake up at 8 a.m. and go work at this job that I hate, and like it just doesn't. It doesn't. It drains me too much. It drains me way too much.
For sure,
I'd rather
100%.
not have an apartment.
Owning something is like, owning something like an apartment is too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like me, I'm sure Troy as well, but Mason and I come from concrete roofing and construction, and man, like, yeah, it don't pay.
I was thinking of being a garbage man when who needs to go to college? You could be a union garbage truck driver and make 20 times more than your teacher did.
Yeah.
Sure we have the knowledge of the trade, which is the most valuable part of it, but
Now I feel like I went to college because I was supposed to, and then it's like I went to college, got a job, and now I have this job to like pay back college, and it's like, what fucking sense does that make? Yeah, it's crazy.
They tell you when you're young that you got to do all this stuff, and they just put you in debt. And
Yeah.
it's freaky. Like I think it's like.
I think too, like I don't know how old you are, I might be older than you, but I feel like I'm finding that out now, and it's like I wish I knew this when I was 20, or like I wish somebody told me when I was 20 instead of being like, hey, figure it out yourself, buddy.
Yeah, you don't even figure things out in college because you all your time is dedicated to doing all your assignments and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you don't have enough time to like figure out like who you are and like.
We
what
had
you
different
wanna
college
do.
experiences, but
You figured it out.
no, I just didn't do my assignments.
See, my whole reason I never went to college was because I grew up in a blue-collar area around all these guys who had, like, a wife, a kid, a house, a car, all the fun, like, everything you think you need, the white picket fence house, and they were all miserable. And then I'd tell them, like, hey, man, like, I kind of want to go, like, travel to see music, and they'd be like, do it right now, go. Like, don't think
don't
about
go
it.
to
You can always
college.
come back and do this and work a job and have a family. You can't go back and go do the fun stuff.
For sure,
You know?
100%.
Yeah, I just became a yoga teacher this summer actually, and I feel
really?
like that's kind of in
Nice.
Costa Rica. I was really
Where in
cool.
Costa Rica?
Kind of near Jaco.
Okay, one of my best friends, he is also a yoga teacher, and he went to the Galapagos Island and did like a yoga certification, and I think he
Yeah.
lived in Costa Rica for a while before he went to Panama. But he does a lot of like different yoga stuff too.
Yeah, Pura Vida. That's the Costa Rica.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. I kind of want to teach yoga, but then it's also another thing, like not trying to monetize your passion, like music and stuff.
Yeah.
If you start monetizing yoga, it becomes like less about like spirituality and more about just trying to get money.
I read
Or
this.
is it-
I didn't read this, but I listened to this podcast with this dude Matt McCusker on it, and Shane Gillis. Yeah, so funny. And Matt McCusker like recently kind of blew up in comedy, like doing it full time and stuff. And they were like, "How did you get to that point?" And he was like, "I was working a job I hated, and like I was doing comedy for the money, and like wasn't really making any money, so I wasn't getting any better at it. I was just like, money, I need to make money, money." And he's like, I read this book, and it was like making money the third most important thing, and make like your art and your family 1 and 2, and then the rest will come. And he's like, and I did that for like 2 years, and then my comedy just like took off, and now I'm doing it full time.
The best word of advice I ever gotten, I wish I remember who gave it to me, but I was too young, was do what you love and the money will follow.
Yeah.
Do what you love, the money will always follow, man.
Hell yeah. So going back to doing what you love and the money will follow, let's talk about your band for a little bit, Sean. Out of the guys in here, who's in it?
Mason and I. And
Okay.
we're kind of prospecting Manus.
Okay. This is your tryout this week, huh?
He's a badass. He's a great musician, and he sings super well.
And you're acoustic guitar, and you're
Mason
acoustic
also
too?
plays guitar,
Okay, so
yeah.
there's 2 guitars. And who else is in the band?
We have a bass player and another mandolinist.
Okay. Is that the word, mandolinist?
I just made it up. I hope it is. No one quote me on that, but
And how long have you guys been a band for?
a little over a year.
Okay. And you guys playing a decent amount of shows or
Yeah,
anything?
it's kind of grown really exponentially, a lot faster than I could imagine.
Now, do you guys write your own songs or just a lot of covers?
We've written a couple. It's just like we get so much inspiration from coming to these. I get so much inspiration from coming to these shows. It's hard to not play the songs I hear.
Yeah.
Like the deep covers that Billy does, and like, damn, that's a good song.
So when you do write music, where does your inspiration come from? That same thing, coming to these shows, just a community?
That, like the sound, I would say comes, like the inspiration of sound comes from that, like the instrumentation, but life, like struggles and life occurrences definitely go into the songwriting.
For you, I ask this question to everyone I feel like that I talking to songwriting with. Does it the lyrics come first for you, or is it the music?
The lyrics.
The lyrics? Okay. Is it hard for you to be like, have this song written and then make music around that ever?
Yeah, I've come to think of it, I've never done it. It's kind of just all comes together at once in my head. Like I'll hear a melody and just start putting words to it, or vice versa.
Gotcha. Any like, what are the goals for the band this year? Still early in the year, you guys got big plans for like mini festivals, stuff like that?
We're doing bigger bars, so hopefully we can get like all the big breweries in Florida, like Swamp Head, and you know, all those. Near you were by Dunedin Brewery, right?
Yeah, Dunedin Brewing was over there. Skippers will let you guys play. Cage Brewing, have you hit up that guy?
Cage Brewing is sick.
Yeah.
So
That
we're
dude.
trying to get tight enough to get in those spots. We are. It's just like a marketing thing. And
Do you know Christian Walker from Dead Set?
I don't know him. But
So he owns Cage.
Personally, but
Yeah, he owns Cage.
Yeah.
So he's always down to put musicians on. At least like it seems like he's always got different people in there.
So yeah, our goal would definitely be just to keep playing shows, stay healthy.
Yeah.
And
Sean's definitely one of the better songwriters I've met in my years.
Thank you.
That's nice, man. Good to hear. That Brooksville area, they're doing like festivals all the time now. You guys trying to get on any of those?
Yeah, there's that Sam's Music Ranch. I talked to the guy that kind of manages the booking there. He was interested, but just got to go out there and speak with him.
Yeah.
It's like a 3 or 4 hour drive. Not bad.
It's a pretty good what is it, like the Sunshine Hootenanny or
Yeah.
something? Yeah, they
We
got
went to that.
some pretty good bands there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we met the Terrapin Grove boys.
Yeah, it's actually
Oh, really?
Matt Spirit and Alan. Alan was dead set in the middle of the pit, yapping Mason's ear off. It was great.
Cuddle puddle on the rail.
That dude can talk forever, man. Like he can talk forever.
It's one of those things where you gotta know what you're getting into. And
And I didn't know that the first couple times, and
cut it
finally I was
off.
like, my girlfriend and I started dating, and I started bringing her to shows, and I was like, you got to go introduce yourself to that guy, and I would just like walk away, and 30 minutes later, he's still talking to her.
hell yeah.
Summer of '72, I grew these summer strawberries. He's such a nice guy, though. If somehow Alan finds this podcast,
Hey, Alan, just know we ain't talking that
We're-
shit.
they're not talking
I wish you were
shit.
here, man.
I do miss that, man. I'm trying to think who else.
20 minutes about how they didn't have enough red signs along their trail, dude. No, we can't see anything, dude.
I'm trying to think who else I know over on that side that you guys might run into. Do you know Scarecrow?
I've heard the name.
Salvation or Salvage Station Scarecrow.
Nah, Scarecrow he's a tall, skinny, blonde-haired dude.
Oh, he doesn't look like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Nah, his name's Girth. His name's Girth. But tell us that story. You sound like you were ready for a story. Let's hear
I'm
that
Scarecrow,
story.
but here we go.
Yeah, no, Scarecrow's just an old family friend that both my parents have known forever. He owned a venue.
He owns Salvage Station?
Yeah.
So what's
and
going to happen with it?
it's kind of up in the air right
Yeah.
now. They didn't really have the proper like insurance, as far as I know.
Because their lease was going to end at the end of 2024 anyways,
Right.
and they were supposed to go somewhere else, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, they were gonna try and renew it, but I
Yeah.
mean, like they had a really good thing going there. So
That was like one of the
now
big
it's-
reasons we moved here, and then can't even. It was gone before we got here,
Right.
which sucked.
But,
Yeah.
Scarecrow's really good people. Known
Okay.
him since I was a little kid, and yeah, I really hope that they can get that figured out.
Me
because
too,
that
yeah.
really sucks, and they're really great people that don't deserve that at all. So
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think that kind of got all my questions out. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys want to plug before we go?
We should jam, dude.
Yeah, do a jam real quick. We can definitely
Play
do
a
that.
few songs for you all and take a quick piss.
All right, guys. Sean and his buddies, Mason. Nope. Mason and Mantis. Mason, Mantis, and Manus. Oh shit, my bad. Are all gonna play here. No, I'm gonna put this mic right here, so it'll be good. But Sean, Manus, and Mason from the two guys from Red Poinciana. Did I say that right? Poinciana. There we go.
We are here. So we gonna do first voice.
No, maybe one place.
Mine just ran out. Mine just died. I don't have to do.
It's been 10 long years since I left my home and home where I was born. With the cool all nights make the woods smoke rise and the fire thunder blows his home. Oh, I fell in love with a gal from the town I thought should be true. Then I ran away to Charlottesville. And I worked and I saw Miller too. Oh, what have they done to the old home place? Why they tear it down? And why I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town? Well, my gal ran off with somebody else. Taverns took all my pay. Now here I stand where your home stood before they took it away. Now the geese fly south, old wind blows. I'll stand here and make my hay. I lost my love and I lost my home, and now I wish I was dead. Oh, what have they done to the old home place? Why they tear it down? Why I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town? Oh, what have they done to the old home place? Why they tear it down? And why I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town? Why I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town?
Manus, I think you're in, man.
Thank you.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was, huh?
Alrighty, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview and that little jam sesh we had there at the end. But it's time for everybody's favorite part of the week, Chloe's Corner.
Hello. At least we know it's Eric's favorite part of the week.
Shouts out Eric. Yep, we do. He said that he wants more Chloe, but back off, brother.
We had a good week.
We did.
So we went to the 3 Billy String shows, his last 3 in Asheville.
Interviews on Friday. Made some more friends.
Yeah, did the law interviews Friday, which we were set up like right next to the convention center. And a lot more foot traffic. A lot more fun people came by.
Better foot traffic, and I had set up better.
Yeah,
So that
bringing
worked
the
a lot
modem
better.
was really smart. We're learning, guys, every
Yeah.
day.
Hopefully the next thing we do is get a new camera so I don't have to use my phone, but
Yeah, it'll all come. We're making good progress
making
already.
progress, yeah. So is there a specific show of the weekend that stuck out to you more?
So yes, we were kind of talking about it a little bit before, but I feel like Asheville needed a pick-me-up. It needed like an influx of like positivity, and we didn't go to the first 3 shows, but from all like the reviews and the like people that experienced all 6 shows, everyone is like, we kind of got led through this emotional like
Yeah.
uplifting basically.
When he played the beginning of the end, I was like, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, I did cry. I got the chills immediately. So on Sunday, like right towards the end of the show, he started playing that this is the beginning of the end, and like you could just feel everyone was so like everyone was kind of holding each other a little bit tighter. Everyone's hands kind of got a little closer, and it felt like heavy, but in a good way. It was just a really cool experience to be able to like feel that kind of emotion, and like you know that it's done a lot for the community, like him coming. It's brought a lot of people to the businesses,
You can
the
tell just, like, in
restaurants.
the conversations that we had too, like on the lot, like even the ones that weren't recorded, like the people that just came by. You could tell, like,
Yeah,
how much it
everyone was
meaningful.
like, yeah, like there are people in our streets again. Like
Yeah.
that is what this town is made for, is tourism, and there were people in the streets again, and the people of the area were just so excited and so emotional. Sunday was like Sunday, I think, other than the St. Augustine show that we went to 2022, that was top tier. Other than that show, that was probably my favorite show I've seen. And I think it's just like feeling the energy he had in there, and the excitement and the sorrow and everything. It was just cool. It was nice to be a part of that experience. Also, his set list was incredible the whole way through.
Do you want to dive into the set list?
Yeah,
on Sunday?
hit me with the set list.
So it opened with a Dust in a Baggie. He's got to be tired of playing that song.
It gets everyone hyped though.
It does, it
as
does.
overplayed as it is, when you hear it live,
Just that beginning. I think
I'm out my seat.
Leadfoot has like taken over that song for me for like my.
You love a
I do
Leadfoot.
love
Yeah,
Leadfoot.
that was like your pinnacle point when that song came out.
Hellbender. This Heart of Mine. Dealing Despair. He brought out John Stickley for 4 songs.
Dealing
That was
Despair.
cool.
Oh, that was cool, yeah. Dealing Despair always makes me think of Will from New Year's.
Oh yeah.
Shouts out Will.
There's this dude that we met him in New Orleans, and in that song it's like, I'm just gonna
And
blow
shoot
out your
your brain.
brains. Every time Billy would sing that part, he would look back at us and go,
Like, pretend to blow out his brains. It was crazy. And, like, he did it the entire song, even without, like, acknowledging us. Just every time. And it was so aggressive.
he was funny. He was funny.
I was, like, a little feeling sideways at that point. I was watching him do it. And at first, we hadn't met him yet. And I was like, this dude's kind of, like, scary.
Oh, you saw him do it?
I saw it before we even started
Oh,
talking
really?
to him. Yeah, we
I
didn't
didn't
talk
know
to him
that.
till the last night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching him do this, and we didn't know him yet. He's like a big guy. He
Big
is
old
a
boy.
big dude. and he's just, pretending to blow out his brains during this song. And my emotion during it went from this dude's freaking me out to this might be the funniest thing I've seen.
And then he became our homie.
And he is our homie, yep. And we're going to see him at Dark Star Jubilee.
So
But yeah,
then
continue.
John Stickley
John
came
Stickley.
out for 4 songs. Little Maggie was my favorite for sure, that one.
That was nice. That was a really cool jam they did.
Yeah, that dude's a beast.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can try to get him on. Rank Stranger, always a good one. Stratosphere Blues and I Believe in You. Now this might be a hot take, but I don't love, I feel like they're 2 different songs almost.
Yeah.
But I always say I don't love that song until I hear it live. And then I'm like, that actually is pretty good. But the I Believe in You, that's really good.
I like Stratosphere Blues. I think that's, it's
nice.
a nice one.
But
it's nice to have a nice song in the middle of everything, Kind
Yeah.
of slow the pace.
There's not really a song I don't like by him, but I would say that's one I like.
More Bud for me. Don't care for it.
It's like
if it's on, it's fun.
Yeah.
Don't
it's
care
like
for
a
it though.
gimmicky thing. I think maybe the reason I feel that way too is because I don't like that song that much, the Stratosphere Blues, but I think that was the first one he released as a single. And I remember hearing that and I was like, he might be slowing down. This album might not be as good as the rest of this stuff. And then
that's hate speech.
And then I was wrong.
That's hate speech. You gotta throw right back at you.
Old Man at the Mill, and then All Fall Down. I need to see that original song because I've only ever seen Billy do it, and everybody loves it, and I'm just like,
you don't get it yet.
Yeah, I just don't get it. So
what one's that one?
It's where they all
I saw something posted about it today in Reddit, and I meant to go remind myself of what song that was.
Everyone screams. Should we listen to this person's?
Yeah, the real persons,
Yeah.
the real lifers.
Yeah. Maybe we can eat our words after this. I'll share it too on the screen. Oh shit, what was that?
Oh, the whirly pig is coming, oh, the whirly pig is coming, oh, the whirly pig is coming, never all fall. Gotta had it in the morning, gotta had it in the morning, gotta had it in the morning.
I have a fun time during that
Yeah,
one.
it's a great song, but I don't know all the words. That's what it is. Everyone knows all the words, and whenever
because
I'm always just damn, I feel like I'm missing out on this.
Yeah.
Because he makes that one really theatrical, I guess the word would be. Because he did that one too at New Orleans this year.
Yeah,
really
he did,
fun.
and everyone got into that one. Then yeah.
All right, and then going into set 2, Everything's the Same, banger. Show Me the Door, banger. Tentacle Dragon, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I think we even looked at each other and we're both like, I don't know, there's one.
Doing Things Right.
Yeah.
Shackles and Chains, that's a Jimmy Davis cover. I don't know who Jimmy Davis is, but I knew that song. And then Taking a Slow Train.
Oh my god, and then it just lit up.
Yeah.
From Slow Train onward, it was crazy.
On the Line, and then Gild the Lily, which was nice. That's just such a good song. I mean, Gild the Lily, beginning of the end, and Meet Me at the Creek, what a way to close.
Yeah. Yeah. That was so cool.
And then Y'all Come for the encore.
Okay, so that seems to be a big one, right? That's all over the place at the moment, and I don't.
I didn't know that one either.
Okay, good. It's on that guy's shirts. What was his name? Linus? Isn't that on? Who's his
Linus? Lane? Linus. Who the fuck is Linus?
I don't know.
Linus.
I don't know who Linus is. Maybe someone came along at some point. Lane. Yeah, his shirts. He had Y'all Come shirts.
He's got some cool shirts.
And the thing is, I wanted one
Lane
because
Calico Flex on Instagram.
There you go.
He's got some cool shirts.
Yeah, I wanted one because I liked the color of the tie-dyes. I think there was a brown one, brown and blue maybe. But it said Y'all Come on there, and I was like, I don't know what it means yet. I don't know that one, but that's okay.
Yep.
So yeah, leaving to that song, I was like, I think it's a deal, but I don't know the deal.
So what else you got?
We went to the what's their name?
Mountain Grass Unit?
Yes, I have so many names in my head right now that were incorrect. We went to the Mountain Grass Unit show, and that was so fun.
Good. Fun interview coming for you.
Okay, I didn't know if I could say. That's why I paused just then. I was like, I don't know when all this is coming out.
It was really sick that we just walked in their house and they were just.
Funky Town.
They were playing Funky Town.
It was fucking sick.
And I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then they just, dude, they were so good. Like, I knew they were good, but that was my first time seeing them live, and they just, like.
They were so fun.
So good.
And they.
Good stage presence, too.
Good crowd work, like.
Sam's a beast.
Dude, you were yelling for him.
Yeah. They did a couple too many drinks.
It was funny. It was funny.
That point, I mean, they were playing at 1 in the morning. I gotta keep things going.
But that was an incredible show. We got Brandon in.
Yeah, we did. Shouts out
to them.
Sam,
yeah.
the manager, hooking it up.
Yeah, that was sick.
A crazy show, and like that's somebody I would travel to go see again.
Oh yeah,
they're really good.
Yeah, they put on an incredible performance, and they're just so fun.
Their originals are so good too, but they play really fun covers also. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a good interview. I'm excited for you guys to check that one out Monday. That would be fun.
Yeah, that was a nice one to sit on. I like that. And then we hit Cookout on the way home. Did we? No.
No, that was Saturday. No, that was Saturday night.
Oh,
yeah, we got Cookout. Yeah,
we got Cookout. Yeah, because I got my ice cream. Mm-hmm. Okay. Aside from the music, I started my garden. It was snowing, but it was today. It was Wednesday when we're filming this and when I did this. So I had one day. I was like, I have to do it before the podcast comes out. So it had to be today. And it was snowing. And
barely snowed.
I was really like grinding it out there, working real hard for the people, to give the people what they want. They want gardening content.
Tell people what you did for the garden. Because I think you're making it sound like you like pulled everything out and put soil down and maybe planted a few plants. What'd you do?
Well, I chopped all the shrubbery. Like, I stabbed it.
To be fair, again, her shovel just came in a few days less than a week ago.
Yeah, so I just got my shovel. And I chopped all the shrubbery in there with my shovel, and then I put it in a pile, and I pulled a couple weeds.
Where'd you put all the shrubs you cut up?
I threw it over the fence. I just threw it over the fence. Because it was snowing. I was about to say I wasn't going to go out in the front yard, but I was out in the backyard, so.
To be fair, if you throw it over our fence in the backyard, it's not like anybody else's yard. It's just another hill. So.
Yeah, but when I threw it up, I got dirt in my eye. And so, it's just like stuck at the top of the fence at the moment. It's just
next to our Christmas tree that I threw out.
Yeah, that you tried to throw over the fence and it landed perfectly.
It did land perfectly standing up.
The amount of things we've thrown in that direction.
It's a fun thing to
I have a bird bath, and when it freezes over, we throw that
down
the hill into the street and watch it shatter.
I do want to make an announcement. Kendall Street is for Lovers Tour. You guys, there is Thursday, Friday, Saturday left, and then next week, Thursday and Saturday left. So only like 5 shows left to get a ticket. Keep liking the post, submitting to get tickets. I don't want them to go to waste. So follow me on Instagram to see how to win those if you haven't already.
Yeah, the tickets are there, guys. Come grab them.
We made a good post today, I think, though. We had a good one.
It was my creative idea.
It was.
I want all credit. I said, you should put on one of my bathing suits. And he went running for them.
I mean, it wasn't
the
all
idea.
You just had an idea I should wear a bathing suit, and then I really turned it into you.
You did turn it into. You took my
into a masterpiece.
You took my single vision and you grew it. You raised
masterpiece.
it. Yes.
Masterpiece.
Okay.
Yep.
You're like
Vincent Van Gogh.
You're like freaking Squidward when he does that on the
What's that called?
quartz.
Is it quartz?
I think it's quartz or like stone. Yeah, you know that episode? It's him and SpongeBob in the art school. What do you mean? What's that? It's stones.
But it's like the act of sculpting. Sculpting.
I guess it would be sculpting.
I couldn't think of that word.
It's stones. That's what you're like with this.
With what?
I am the one that hits it into.
And I chiseled it into beauty and perfection.
Yeah, I get all the big chunks off. You're the fine detailer.
Fair enough. That's a good way to put it.
That's a
Great
good way to put
analogy.
it. Can't have credit for it the whole time because I only just thought of it immediately. But like right when I was saying it.
All right. Do you got anything else?
Let me think about it.
Minutes.
Let me think about it.
Okay. I guess the interview was kind of short, so we could go a little longer today.
I'm too immediately high for good conversation. I'm at that point where I'm like, words are getting stuck or like dropped. I'm dropping words. You know, like when you're thinking them in your head, and in the moment when it translates to your mouth, it goes too far and it drops out. So I'm losing words. That's why I've been so slow sounding. That's why. Is there anything else I want to talk about? The world is my oyster.
The world is your oyster.
Nothing though. No, I shouldn't say that. Yeah.
What do we got coming up this weekend?
We're seeing Andy Frasco.
We are seeing Mr. Frasco.
That is going to be our first time seeing him.
I've seen him before.
Oh, my first time seeing him.
I've never like he's played at a show or like at a festival, and I've like sat at the back, but I've never really been like involved in the fun part. So I'm excited for it.
I like being at the back in music. I like being in the back.
Yeah.
It's so much calmer.
I think though, like if you go up there, like every time I've gone up closer, I've been like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But like the process of getting up there,
the process of like bumping elbows, and it always gets so hot.
and then if there's like one boring song or like slow song, I'm like, all right, let's go to the back.
Yeah.
So like the energy has to be up for me to stay, because I
I
just
don't
like to do my little
stay in the
sway
front.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But some shows, like I have been pretty close to the front, and it has made a difference.
I was front for Charlie Crockett. And that's like not that exciting. It was just in an open like arena, but it was so cool to me.
But that's also like people probably aren't pushing really.
No. I had like a glass this big. They give you big ass glasses of red wine, and I was
you're
just
probably
off my
like,
rocker.
really swaying at that show. You're not like dancing, and arms are kind of probably staying.
Yeah, I'm
yourselves.
staying within my my immediate.
I've never even tried to get up front at like
Swivel.
a Billy show. I don't think.
No, yeah.
It's just like I guess at St. Augustine we were like closer than
we were like
closer to the front than we were to the back. I feel.
Yeah, we were like dead center up at the front, but we had so much room somehow.
Yeah.
We made our shoe circle, and it really worked.
I like being next to the soundboard too. I think you get a lot of space there, and it's pretty quiet. Or
Yeah.
it's not quiet. You get a lot of space, and it sounds really
quiet.
good.
Yeah. I think we found a hack. You have to go across that
Speed bump thing.
that tunnel
The
that
wire
covers the
protector.
wires. Yeah, you have to be because
I
no one
did at
stands
one
in the
point
middle.
on Sunday. We were pretty far in the back, like by the soundboard, and
Yeah.
there was one part where I could see all 5 of them on stage at the same time.
you like
Yeah.
pulled me over.
And I'm a short king. I am not tall.
You pulled me over because I did have kind of like a taller guy in front of me, and you were like, "Hey, come this way a little bit." It was like a fucking open ocean out
Yeah,
there.
and I could see like all 5
of them.
Yeah, and like I said, that's usually it's like let me see whoever's going off right now, and I'm okay with that. But I could see all 5 of them.
I will say the main reason I don't remember Saturday, I was sober the whole time. I don't remember it because there was this like 6'9" dude, it felt like, in front of me. And like
Saturday was when Royal wore the white suit.
Yeah, because I had to like
And
you
when
pointed it
the
out to
mandolin
me.
guy came out, was it mandolin? Yeah, he was playing a mandolin.
Yeah, I
that
couldn't
guy
see
was
any
sick.
of it. I genuinely couldn't see. And I'm not mad at the guy. He can't help it. Like
Yeah.
it's
like part of the game when you do
yeah, like
concerts.
I'm 5'4", you're 6'12", like
7 feet.
like he can't help it. It's not his fault I can't see. So that's why I don't really remember Saturday, but I do remember Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
it is hard too when they like that many shows in a row. It's like they kind of flow together sometimes.
Dude, doing no repeats though. 6
Yeah.
nights. I think I saw it that it was like 159 songs he played or something.
Well, I mean, he does so many covers as it is.
I know, but that's just so crazy to
Not
fathom.
one,
That man
not
went
one
out.
Grateful Dead song.
That man went out and like perfectly performed 159 songs. That's wild to think about.
I mean, yeah, it's the reason he's the king.
Yeah. And that's the reason I don't make music.
Well, hopefully we can see him again. What were we thinking? Lexington next one?
Lexington, I think, yeah.
We
was
can't
the
do
one we were
Atlanta
gonna
next week.
choose. Can't do Nashville.
I mean, we could, when is Nashville?
Isn't it Nashville next week and then Atlanta the week after? Is it
I
vice
don't know. We
versa?
have a busy few weeks coming up.
We have like a busy 3 months.
Yeah, a lot of traveling. But that's it. I think we're all good, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So, yeah, we will see you guys on Saturday at the Orange Peel if you're going.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get on the piano.
That would be cool.
Sorry for cutting you off.
Alrighty, guys. Have a great weekend, and remember, wherever you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. See you guys.
Come along, have a drink with me. We can talk about the world and how the world is turned so slow. Oh, oh. Day and night I found cars they drive and planes they fly. I look into the sun and the sky, you're so bright. It's you that I have found. Oh, and I know it's not much longer now. Or if the world would just